Have you ever wanted more musical creativity in Minecraft? Well, this mod adds just that, in a really cool way too. So this is the Create Sound of Steam mod. It's an add-on to the Create mod, which is a mod that adds many new mechanical components to the game. This add-on puts a big emphasis on the steam whistle, a block in the base Create mod that can create a sound when it is powered by redstone and steam. In order for the steam whistle to work, the fluid tank it's connected to must have a heat source such as magma or campfires. You can increase or decrease the pitch by stacking steam whistles on top of each other to form different notes. By using the wrench tool from the Create mod, right-clicking can change its octave. The normal steam whistle has 3 octaves, low, medium, and high. Now without the Sound of Steam add-on, you can still make music with the steam whistle, but it's a little bit more complicated. A lot more complicated. Okay, now that you're familiar with the basic steam whistle, let's jump into the mod. So the Create Sound of Steam mod adds 16 new steam whistles along with new functional blocks and items that we will each go into later. So let's get into it. Let's begin with the new whistles. First, we have the piccolo, the diapason, the prestant, the trumpet, the English horn, the gedect, the roar flute, the whole flute, the gamba, the nasard, the sub-bass, the parson, the vox humana, the viola, the vox celeste, and the haunted steam whistle. Almost all of the steam whistles are crafted with the pipe base. Use the Just Enough Items mod for all the recipes and processes. It just makes everything easier. Now let's talk about the Windchest system. This system comes with 2 new blocks, the Windchest and the Windchest controller. The Windchest is a block that basically does what a fluid tank would do to a whistle. You can put a whistle on top, but this block is basically useless without the Windchest controller. Hook up the Windchests to a Windchest controller like this. Make sure the red arrows are pointing toward the controller, and then add an encased fan pointing into the Windchest controller. Now you will have your ready Windchest system. All you need to do is power the Windchest controller with a lever from the front or back, and give the fan clockwise rotational power. Now add your designated whistles, set their pitch or octave in any way you want, add levers, and boom! The Windchest system is now fully complete and functional.
But Mr. Barney, why is this important? Why do we need the Windchest system?
Well, even though it does the same thing as fluid tanks, it makes it much easier to manage complex organ systems without having a heat source to take extra space. Okay, now that we can actually make a working organ, how can we play music? Well, there are 3 different ways you can. Just know. Why? Now before we get to the next 2 ways, we first need to cover tuning or else nothing will work. Now if it weren't for the mod I'm about to show you right now, the tuning process would be the most agonizing process ever. Because this mod is the Create Sound of Steam tuning wrench, and it was made to make your life easier. So normally to tune, you would have to place a redstone link like this, and then use this chart to individually link each whistle to a specific block. Every pitch, every octave has a different block. It's so annoying and time consuming. But with the tuning wrench, choose where you want the link to face and then simply just right click the desired whistle and boom! Everything is done for you. Just repeat this for all the whistles and the tuning step will be done 100 times faster. Okay, now we can move on to the second way to make a working organ, the keyboard relay. After you have your tuned and assembled organ, you can place this block down and at first, right-clicking it will do nothing. This is because you need to connect a MIDI keyboard to your computer. By pressing the semicolon key on your computer, it will open a config menu where you can connect your keyboard. After that is set up, all you have to do is right-click the keyboard relay and play any note on your MIDI keyboard, and if that note corresponds to one in a redstone link, it will play the note if you tuned everything correctly. I can't show you this because I don't have a MIDI keyboard. Now the last and best method to make a working organ is to use the tracker bar. This is probably the coolest out of all of them because you can basically play any song without complicated redstone and delays. So the first step is to find a MIDI file on the internet. I suggest going to a website called Online Sequencer as it has thousands of free downloadable songs, and you can even create your own. Once you have your MIDI file, you will need to go back into the game and import the file using the role authoring table. Now, get the music role item. Right-click the role authoring table and put the music role here. Then click the Open Folder button. This will open a folder on your computer where you can simply drag your MIDI file into the folder. Now close this folder and go back into the game. Once you're back, click the refresh button, select your file, and click the checkmark to upload it. Take the uploaded music roll and pop it into your inventory. Then get the tracker bar and right-click it and place the music roll in the designated box. Now, depending on what MIDI file you chose, there are different parts that you can link to different whistles. For example, if I want the trompet to play the trumpet part, I can add the trompet to the first frequency on all the trumpet redstone links, and then add the trompet to the number 1 filter slot because the trumpet part is set at 1 here. Do this for the rest of the parts. This organ here is a schematic I got from the official Sound of Steam Discord. For the sake of making this video, all of the whistles are linked to the trumpet item so I don't have to think about anything, and it just makes everything easier. And now all you have to do after everything is set up is give the tracker bar rotational power and hit play. And that is the Create Sound of Steam mod. Anyway, thank you for watching my first video. I hope this helped you because I couldn't find a single tutorial that covered how everything worked. But you did. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Bye!